Welcome back to SSA Athletics, and today we will be talking about 3 stretches that you should do as an athlete, or you could do as a young athlete. Now guys, if you could subscribe down below, that would be really helpful to us and really helps to get our message to you guys. Okay, so the very first stretch we're going to do is a hurdle stretch. Generally, or as the name suggests, really good for hurdlers, but this will really work on hamstrings. And it's a really basic exercise you can do as well for young kids. So what we're going to do is put one foot in front of the other. We're going to put this leg tucked in behind us. So if I go the opposite way around, I'm going to tuck it in this position here. If you can get a nice 90 degrees angle, then that's really good. If not, try and work on that. If you feel like it's stretching, try and work on that. And what you're going to do with a straight back, you're going to lean forward as far as you can go, making sure that your knee is as flat as possible. We don't want any hunched knees like this. No cheating. We don't cheat at SSA Athletics. And by doing this stretch, like I mentioned, we are stretching the hamstring like so. And hamstrings are important to stretch because we get a lot of power and potentially a lot of injuries from the hamstrings. So generally it is best to stretch right across the posterior chain. That being calves, hamstring, hips. In this case, when you're stretching, that will be your glutes and hip flexors and things like that. So we're going to lean forward like so. Now if you can, and you reach your head to your knee, you've done really well. If you can't, work on it. Likewise, if you find your legs like this and you really can't get back into that position, that suggests you have a weakness in your hip flexors, and that is also needs working on. What we can do as well, make sure we've got enough space, and this is weak, we can lean back slightly as well, and that will help stretch this area down here, roughly round by the hips, keeping our back nice and straight, like so. The next stretch we're going to do is a quadricep stretch, stretching the quadriceps to the front of the thigh. The way we're going to do this, there are 2 ways. I'm going to show you both of them. We're going to grab our foot roughly where the shoelaces are, and in the first attempt where we're sideways on, we're going to bring our body in line, completely in line, like so. The whole body in line. We don't want our body tucked up like this, one leg out like so. We want our back, our knees in line, They've got to be in line. And that way you get more of a stretch. Now guys, if you are struggling with that, here is option 2. Lie on your front, grab the back like so, and pull it up to your bum. And hold that. Try if you can, get your knees close together. If your knee, for instance, is out here when you're stretching, you're not going to get as good a stretch. And likewise, if you find that you're doing it, then reverse it back in line, or alternatively that may say you have a weakness in terms that you are not particularly flexible in that area. And we do this like so. Now the first version I showed you is a lot better if you can keep your body in line, and the reason being is you can control the stretch. You've got the full range of motion to be able to get that stretch. Option 2, we got, in this case, the wood, in my case, the floor is in the way, preventing us getting the full range of that stretching motion. But if you're a beginner, line your front, grab your toes by the shoelaces and try option 2. Option 3 I'm going to show you is going to stretch the glutes, which are your bum muscles. So the way we're going to do that, and we're going to show you a simple version first. You're going to have one leg straight. You're then going to bring one leg over and you're going to press against the side, or hug the side, what we call the IT band, which is the side of this muscle here. And you're basically going to hug it towards your chest. Move around like this. And then naturally you would change sides like so. We can make this exercise a teeny weeny bit harder. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to hug the leg, holding the IT band, and I'm going to look the opposite direction, like so, meaning I'm able to get more of a stretch. Alternatively, what you can do, we go into an iron cross, or we go into the Isle of Man's flag. The legs flying everywhere at right angles. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring this over that leg, and then you're just going to hug it into your chest, like so. And as mentioned before, this will help us with our posterior chain. Naturally, once you've done that side, you can do this side here. Guys, I really hope you liked that. If you did, smash that subscribe, hit the notification bell or lightly tap it, and I will see you in the next video next week. All in all, have a good athletics day.